I made $262. It was 12 minutes and 43 seconds. But at my job, I'm only making $25 an hour.
Sometimes you wanna hide away.
Yeah, I can see the balance. Take your shorts on 30. Yeah. Take an L. Come on, 30. Respect that gap. Respect it. We're back at entry. I'm on 30. Every time I pick up this jump. Now we in green ski, gang. Let's go. Go dump 30. Dump, dump, dump. I might just secure what I need. Break even just yet. Just because I think 30's gonna do some fuck shit. Alright, so I'm willing to risk like $95. So that's considered like my break even. Alright, I do need like a winning day. I'm not even chasing it. I'm letting the money come to me. But we are sitting in this 1 hour, this daily gap right here that I'm concerned about. That price just sharply rejected up, so it's good. Secure some profits. Under the gas.
Then y'all seen W freaking morning. God woke me up in order to fulfill his purpose. Remember, you were made on purpose for a purpose, okay? You got to realize that you got to keep God first, and that is the true foundation, that it will be the strongest edge in your trading journey. I'm telling you, trading will get you closer to him, I promise you. W freaking morning, 262. I know I kind of took out early and price is dumping like crazy. I'll show you guys in a recap later in the video, but 262 across two accounts, that's like 524 in 12 minutes, literally in 12 minutes that I made that. And I'm sitting there and I'm just watching the chart fluctuate. It almost waked me out. All right. Most of the team was like, oh my gosh, almost waked you, almost took you out. But I was willing to risk that amount in order to gain that amount. All right. And I know I'm stacking my winning days because so far I only have 2 winning days. And that's what my main focus is, just stacking those winning days so I'll be able to have some type of more leverage in order to risk a little bit more in order to get to the payout. Right. I have to show up day in and day out in order to receive that. All right, if I focus more on the payout, that's when the over trading is going to happen. That's when the over leveraging is going to happen. That's when I'm going to break my rules. That's when I'm not trusting my strategy. And that's when I become a professional gambler. All right, I have to just continue stacking those days. And that's what you got to understand, that yes, it's 200 in order to pass your 5 winning days on Top Step. But you got to realize that $200 will keep that 9 to 5 away. That's the end goal in all this, is in order to get your freedom back, because the job is taking away your time. So you got to realize whatever you make in the markets will keep the 9 to 5 away. Back out, we're finna go conquer the day because we're trying to get 1% better. All right, that should be a goal every single day. The same way you want to gain into these markets should be the way you want to gain in life. All right, remember, trading is only a few hours our day. What are you doing for the rest of your hours? Right now it's 9:30. What am I going to go do? I'm going to go drop the content. I'm going to go drop some skits. I'm going to give out some game. I'm going to go talk to people. I'm trying to understand myself, to master myself. You got to be a sponge in this trading journey. It don't matter where you're at. In the beginning, if you 2 years, 3, 5 years, you always got to be a sponge in this game in order to stay active and stay productive. But it's like that. We're going to get to work. I'm going to go write in my journal. I'm going to go conquer the day. Recap on my US 30 trade today. Hey man, that eventually played out. This could have been like a 1 to really like a 1 to 5 if I continued to hold, but we finna get deeper into that. All right, before I want to even start my trading, I want to be able to have a strong bias. A strong bias is going to set you up for the bigger play. All right, you need to have a bias. So I started on the daily time frame because it is a Monday. All right, this is like what's the map for throughout the whole week. I could be on a weekly, but it don't really give me that same thing how daily does. So if you look at the daily, I understood that last week or the last 2 weeks we had swept out these highs, and we looked like we were all bearish for the last 2 weeks. And I had drew my fib tool from this high to this low. I understood that price was respecting at this 50% range. Remember, in the 50% range, on top of it, it is a premium area. A premium area is a good place to look for sales. All right. And in the bottom of the 50% range is a discount, looking for some buys. I understood that we was respecting at this 50% range. We was rejecting it multiple times. If you scale down on the 4 hour, bro, we were just living in here. It was just waiting for prices to shoot down. Okay.
That's one confluence. Another confluence on top of that, we had a 4-hour gap that price was respecting. All right, we had came back for the retracement. This was a noose. We had came back up for the retracement, and I'm like, all right, bet. If the daily's bearish, the 4-hour bearish, then the 1 hour and the 30-minute has to be bearish. So my bias for today has to be bearish. So I scaled down to a 1 hour. I really didn't see anything, but I did see that price had took out these highs, and we had broke below. So I already knew, like, all right, bearish. We're looking bearish. We're looking for some sales. I scaled down to a 30-minute, and this is where it kind of got a little tricky for me because it was this push or market open that I liked. It had pushed down violently, and I had got in off of the retracement. The meaning I got off of a retracement is when a candle is being formed on these higher time frames. All right, my retracement is back to the wherever the wick is. All right, so if the wick was this long, I considered if price had shot down, that is my retracement. You see how the candle had went up and then it kind of pushed back down. All right, I'm giving you guys an example, but sometimes price do like to respect these wicks, and that's why I considered my retracement. Everybody retracement is totally different, but that's what I consider my retracement. And with this 930 push down, I understood like, okay, bet. I had got in off of here and price has shot up. The minute I got in, bro, I was automatically in drawdown. All right. I could have waited until this gap was formed because this could have been a more ideal trade. I would have been more comfortable taking this trade. But this was also a A+ setup for me. All right. Just me doing the same thing that I'm always doing, having the same RR all the time. That is my system. I'm always having a 1 to 2. I'm always risking minimum 50. In this case, I had 48, but minimum 50 and always to 100. The max I would have my stop loss is at least 60 or 65, but that's just me following my rules. That's me being on a consistent basis, all right? And it played out. This is W risk management for me because I understood that we had this gap that we was respecting, and we also gave myself a little bit room to play with, all right? And price continued to dump. Yes, I did pull out because I was trying to stack my winning days, all right? I wasn't trying to get greedy, and price did violently come back up, and I didn't want to get break even. So when price started to shoot back down, the team was like, hey, man, you might as well just have your break even at 200, at least so you can confirm some profits. And I'm like, yeah, that is a W move. And I did that. Across 2 accounts, I made the $500. But, bro, I can sit here and play. Just imagine if I held it all the way to these previous day lows. I didn't know price was going to do that. All right, I didn't know that. I was just following my rules, and I took a piece of a pie. I understood that me taking a piece of a pie, eventually the more and more I stack those days, bro, eventually that these moves is equivalent of me stacking those days. So I'm not worried.
All right, y'all seen the recap, but I really want to sit here. Okay, y'all seen the recap, and I really want to sit here and talk to y'all. All right, slow motion is better than no motion. Small gains is better than no gains. Yes, I made 262, but that's going to keep the 9 to 5 away. Okay, I'm compounding days in order to build for the bigger play. Do you understand that? See, somebody was sitting in the call this morning and said, man, I can't wait to be like you, right? He's new to trading, etc. But I'm telling him that you have to love the journey. You have to love the process. The fact is, you have to give yourself credit to how far you coming. Because I remember days when I couldn't even make $1. It was days when I only made 10, right? The fact that I'm able to make this amount is giving me a glimpse of what I can do in the future, but it is baby steps in order to get there. Yes, he may be on step 0, I may be on step 3, but let me help you to get to step 3 so we can build together to step 10 into our main goal, which is freedom. You have to give yourself credit to how far you came in your trading journey. Yes, you may see somebody else living the life that you want, but eventually you're going to get there, gang. You already leveling up your player day in and day out. You showing up every single day, getting 1% better. You're eventually going to get there. In due time, you're going to make it. Do you not realize that? Look at how far we are in this year. It felt like yesterday, bro. It was 2025. We was counting down. It's about to be a new year. Just continue stacking those days. You have to realize that you're almost there. And I know it seems cliche because, yes, a lot of people see it. You see all these motivational videos. Oh, you're trying to be disciplined. But, man, how can I be disciplined if I don't see the results? Do you not understand that certain things happening for you, not against you? That these things are building you up to the person that you need to be in order to obtain what you want in this life? Because God knows if he doesn't take you through trial and tribulation, gang, you will lose it all in an instant. Look at people that win in the lottery, bro. They go broke within the first 2 to 5 years because they don't know how to build up money, gang. They don't know how to have a system. They don't know how to keep the money. You're starting from scratch. No one ever taught you how to really make money for real, how to be an entrepreneur for real, or even how to trade for real. You're doing this dolo. You have your own little trading journey. The fact is you're going to make it, gang. Don't settle for less. But same time, love the process, love the journey, love what you do, because I'm telling you, it's all going to work out. All right? It's my bad. I get a little passionate about it because I really, truly believe in you. I really do. All right? But all glory to God. Hey, I see you on tomorrow's video. Remember, stay up and stay blessed. If y'all want to join the Discord and be part of the team, we're live every single day. We do discussion calls on the weekends. Come join. There's a link in the bio. I'll see y'all tomorrow.